Good night, everyone. Welcome to the C.A.G family discussion. Tonight, we're going to be getting to know our some of our members. Tonight we have three lovely ladies. We have Cassandra, we have Miss Anake, and we have Miss Shanique. So stay tuned. We're going to be learning a little bit about these C.A.G family members. Just before we enter into this panel discussion, we just want our family members to introduce themselves in a bit more detail, starting with Miss Shanique Ferguson. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, good night. As you said, my name is Shanique Ferguson. I am 25 years old. I attend the Jamaica Evangelistic Center, and I'm a part of C.A.G group as in from I was like 13 years old.
Hi, my name is Anake Scarlett. I attend the Jamaica Evangelistic Center. I'm a part of the praise and worship team, and yes, I'm a part of the C.A.G group.
Hello, my name is Cassandra Young. I am 24 years old. I attend the Jamaica Evangelistic Center, and I recently joined the C.A.G group.
Yes, so now that we have brushed the surface of the introduction, it is now time to dive deeper in some interesting questions. Miss Ferguson, let us start with you. How did you become a Christian?
Well, I became a Christian at the age of 11, and I remember it was a Sunday night at church, and my mother brought me to church, and I remember this lady was getting baptized, and my mother was like, you're not ready for baptized? And I'm like, no, mommy, I'm not ready for baptized. And she was like, get up and go on, before my pinch you. And I'm like, but I was so afraid of my mother, so I went up there. And then when I went up there, and I was crying. And the pastor at the church was saying, oh, tears of joy. And all of that, I was like, tears of joy? This man don't even know. Anyways, I ended up going into the water. But to be honest, I rebelled for all of high school. And I remember when I was leaving high school, I had a lot of friends, and I was well known in the school. And I remember I got in an argument with this guy that I liked, along with some other friends. And I remember I was at church one Wednesday night, and Sister Walker said to me that the Lord is telling her to say something to me, but she did not say it the night. And I remember going to Sunday school the following Sunday, and she was like, Shanique, the friends that you have where God is going to bring you, they cannot come with you. And I'm like, I did not understand what she was saying at the time. I remember going back to school, and everything just went downhill from there. And my friends, actually, some of them turned against me, and I got into a fight and everything. And I mean, from there, now I just see God's hand in my life, and I began to get prophecies about singing and my ministry and all of that, and I'm like, wow. And that's where I really got converted. I didn't get the feeling, I didn't get the feel to feel, when you're at a church service and somebody's getting baptized, I know they go up and say, I want to baptize because this and this, and the Lord sent this word. I did not get it like that. But I mean, in the last part of high school, I saw where God was pulling me from among certain people and bringing me into something new, and that's how I got saved.
Beautiful, 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 Miss Ferguson. I realized that you didn't baptize of your own mind. You didn't do it willingly. But thank God, God brought you to Him genuinely, of your own mind this time. Miss Anake Scarlett, you're up next. Let everybody know, how did you become a Christian?
Well, I can share a similar testimony to Shanique. I was brought up in a Christian home, mother and grandmother. Every Sunday you have to be at church, whether tornado, storm, anything, you just have to go to church, right? And this one particular Saturday, they called me and said that, it is time for you to get baptized. I think I was about 15 at that time. It's time for you to get baptized, because what if the Lord comes? Where would your soul be? And I'm like, I'm not really ready, but because I'm living under the roof, I just have to abide by what they say. So I did, got got baptized, sorry, and I never really had that experience with God. You know, as Shanique would say, you know, when persons ready to get baptized, the enthusiasm, the tears, I didn't get all any of those. However, I, you know, just went along with the process because mommy wanted me to do so. Started to sing and worship God, and then I went to college. You know, had the wild life at college mixed up with so many friends, so I actually backslide, you know, and enjoying the world at that time. But as, you know, in the world, I know the Lord was calling me, kept giving me visions. He kept sending persons to me to come back to him and all of that. And I must share that in the world, I was not comfortable any at all, because every little thing that I do pertaining to sin, my spirit just start get angry and get uncomfortable, so I couldn't sin comfortably, if you get what I'm saying. And then this one particular day, I was at work, and then this prophet came to me and said that the Lord is giving you the last warning. The last warning, and he has shielded me from so many diseases, so many things, even death. And when I heard that, I really and truly had to come over to God. I really had to run back to him, because it's been a while he was calling me. And at the time, I was in a relationship with this guy, very fresh, loving and all of that. And I approached him, tell him the situation, but he refused to come over to Christ with me. So I chose the better love, which is the love of God. And that's how I became converted.
Amen, amen, amen. What a powerful testimony from a woman of God. That sounds like the female version of the prodigal son, doesn't it? Okay, like we need to start calling you the prodigal daughter. Now, Miss Cassandra Young, you're next. Tell everybody, how did you become a Christian?
Hi. From I was in high school, I've always wanted to give my life to Christ, and people usually always come up to me and say, you're different, you're not curse, you're not party, you're not drink, you're not fight, you're just different. I always say, God, you know what, when I leave high school, I want to give my life to you, because I didn't want to be stereotyped as a Christian. Because in high school, them, you know, you want prayer and worship, people are going to say you're too holy, or they laugh at you and all these things. So I didn't want to be a part of that in high school. So I said, God, when I left high school, I'm going to give my life to you. And I made a promise, and as soon as I left high school, I didn't even have a chance. God was like, you made me a promise, so now you're going to give your life to me. And I was in at church, and it was Good Friday, and there was, you know, the altar call, the after service over, and they call backsliders and to come and give their life. And I was very nervous, but I was ready. And this lady, she came from me, it's like she knew that I was ready, but I was just nervous to walk up there. And she came for me, and she brought me up there, and I decided to give my life to Christ, and I got baptized the same day, and I have not regretted the decision since this day.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how you became a Christian was a promise to God, and you fulfilled your promise. Beautiful. I feel jealous. I feel jealous, like I want to share my testimony as well. How I became a Christian, I was at church singing and clapping, fake singing and clapping. You know, I was just doing it for a show so I could, you know, impress my aunts, so they could give me a little thing when church over. But in the fake singing and clapping, something happened. And you're talking to somebody that got baptized just 6 years ago. I wasn't born and raised in church. I was more of a street person. So when a street person is saying that something happened, you must understand that there must have been really something. And in my singing and clapping, I started crying. Now, bear in mind, I don't remember the last time I cried. The last time I cried, maybe when I was a little boy and my mother was beating me. But this crying, I wasn't feeling any pain. I literally didn't know what was happening. And then my aunts came across and they were comforting me, and I was like, Auntie, me don't know me I cry for, you know? But you know me I cry for. The feeling was, I think the best word to describe the feeling is indescribable. It was like nothing I've ever felt before. And I just acknowledged that it was the presence of God touching me and saying, yes, it's time. So, sorry for... Yes, but that was just how I became a Christian. So, yes, so you have heard it, folks, some very touching testimonies. Introductions from these lovely ladies of the C.A.G family and yours truly. So stay tuned if you want to hear more. Up next, our next session, we're going to be getting a little bit deeper. We have heard how they, entered the journey. So next, we're going to talk about how they are maintaining the journey. So people, if it's your first time, please hit that bell and subscribe. Please like, comment. If you feel like you want to comment on any one of our testimonies, if you feel like you want to give us yours in your comment, feel free. We are here. We'll answer. Stay tuned.
C.A.G. Oh Lord, me tell them, send me happy praise you. Up on the highest place I win.